Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free impartial advice on all your debt.
Razaban here for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. With me, I've got one of the golden contract finalists, Mr. Ryan Walsh. Ryan, how are we doing?
Good, thanks, Raz. Good to talk to you. Good to see you. Hope you're well and family's well.
All well. Thank you so much for asking. Ryan, before we talk anything about boxing, we spoke a couple of times during the midst of the summer. When we spoke, we were in a lockdown. We're speaking towards the end of the year and we're still in a lockdown. How's kind of life been over the last couple of weeks?
Well, it's funny. I've been talking about this lockdown business with a few people recently, and I must be one of the fortunate ones. Very fortunate, and I'm very grateful because I've had a review of this year. So I started off the year, I went to Tenerife. After my fight, I went to Egypt, so Africa, with my partner. I've been to Marbella, Tenerife another further 2 times, in France. What lockdown, eh? If you're lucky enough to be in a bubble and your life, like boxers have a boxing bubble, so I've been lucky enough to be in that bubble for this amount of time, and hasn't really affected my life. If anything, we went to France because of how cheap and how quiet it was. It was unbelievable. When we went to Disneyland with the kids, straight after that fight got postponed or due to the COVID, we were in France the next 2 days later, I think. We had a thing. So as far as lockdowns and COVID and all that business has been, it's not really affected us. And I don't think it's really affected the world in general, because the numbers I'm hearing is 99.7% of people who get COVID are fine. So it's a crazy time to be alive. It's a crazy time to... I'll never be able to explain this to my children, ever. And I don't think about all my grandchildren. And I'm still baffled. And the best thing is, I don't remember, I don't know if it was with you or with Sky. Me and Jazza was having our opinions on it. I'm telling everyone I'm immune to COVID, and he's telling everyone it's bull. He's the first British boxer to fail the COVID test. You couldn't write that, could you? You just couldn't write it.
We'll come on to that in a minute. Ryan, just want to get your opinion. You started off boxing grassroots in your local amateur club. The government announced this week financial packages for certain sports.
Yeah.
Boxing, I think ice hockey. Sorry, not boxing. Football.
I'm gonna say
horse riding, etc., etc. They left out boxing. They left out boxing, which is a huge surprise.
I'm happy you brought this up, because my brother sent me the picture, so I'm looking through, and they've a couple of million here. Football got 26. Wow, like football need money, and you're going through. I then realised you've got money on horse racing, so a horse is more valuable than a human. Us boxers. Then you've got greyhounds. The last one I seen was a greyhound, 1 million. Now, I don't begrudge the greyhounds, the dogs, and the horses, and all the other sports getting money, badminton, whatever. But you're telling me you're going to put animals before humans when you're going to dish out, especially the grassroots. And if we're going to talk professional as well, I had this conversation with a pro yesterday. When you start as a professional, you're either all in or nothing. And then if you're lucky, you've got a sponsor who help you be all in. They're the people. When you become a professional boxer, you become a self-employed person. You're your own entity in business. Tell me that they don't need more help than, on that whole list, the people who need the biggest help is that small business, which is a professional boxer. You're your own entity. You're a self-employed business. And like I said, without sparring, you're getting nothing. The government do what they usually do, pretend that. I think boxing hurts itself, though, because we haven't got one organisation, let's say. So they don't know who they're going to give the money to. But there's a lot of self-employed boxers, and I'd say probably about 80% of the starting boxers, are the ones with sponsorship and a medal behind them, go into boxing 50-50. So you've got full-time jobs and boxing. So when I seen that list, I was disgusted, but not surprised. This is the usual with boxing. And you know what really pisses me off? In 2012, we had 10 athletes go to the Olympics in boxing. We come back with 5 medals. 3 of them, I believe, were gold. Anthony Joshua, Nicola Adams and Luke Campbell. And that's not enough to get us some recognition, because that's the grassroots, isn't it? That's the ultimate of grassroots, an Olympic medal. They've done us proud, and well, look what's happening. I don't know what sport England get in any of this, but as far as boxing in general goes, the government have just stuck one up us, haven't they?
Is it a big problem? You mentioned there about who does that money go to? You know, top of my mind, does it go to the British Board of Control? But is that the problem we've got in boxing, where we don't have a Dana kind of White who there's one UFC and he runs everything completely?
Definitely. I mean, I say this to a lot of people. Basketball has the NBA, American football has an NFL, football here has FIFA, and then the Premier League, and it all filters through. That's going to change soon. This COVID's going to change all that. From what I'm hearing, there's going to be a Champions League, basically, of teams around Europe, and so we're in the midst of massive change at the minute. So it'd be nice to have somebody in boxing speaking for us and talking about the outrage of that, because it is outrageous. You're giving dogs and horses money before you're giving humans, and terrible, really, isn't it? Not shocking though. Not this year. Nothing's shocking this year. Nothing's shocking anymore. Anything's possible.
Well, let's just hope that through, I know there's a lot of GoFundMe pages and a lot of petitions going on at the moment, so let's just hope the government can retract on this bizarre decision. Ryan, let's go back a couple of months. I spoke to you in the summer. The date was September. I can't remember the exact date. We then did kind of a press conference between you and Jazza. And I know you had various dates. I know you sacrificed a lot. I remember when you were in Tenerife, we were speaking over messaging about when we can get you on together with Jazza. Just want to go back to when you were in the bubble, when you got that notification, you got that call. I don't know who gave you that information that Jazza tested positive. What was your kind of immediate reaction?
I thought it was a joke, especially when, I thought it was a bit of a joke, to be fair. Like, nah, you can't be real. No, seriously, it's fair. I was like, wow. And then, I don't know, I'm just lucky I've got a foundation behind me. I've got my twin brother sat with me. And we don't have time to feel sorry for ourselves. We don't have time we went about our business. Like I said, I was in France within 2 days. I made a lot of plans after boxing, after this fight, to do stuff. And I was looking forward to doing them things, and I made sure I'd done them. And I remember Harry Davis saying not long ago, boxing is not my happiness or anything anymore. Boxing is my life, yes, but I won't let it dictate too much, because you give boxing enough as it is. I give boxing everything. And when things are out of my hands, it's not point crying over spilt milk. It was out of my hands. I'm glad he failed and not me, because if I'd have failed, I'd been so pissed off with my own self, my own body. But he also done 2 tests, and he showed a lot of class, Jazza. I must say that. He rung me within an hour of failing the test himself, just to say he felt good. He looked good. When I seen him on the day, I thought, you know what? This is the best I've seen him. I've seen him 3 times now. It'll be the 4th coming up. And I thought he looked a little bit trimmer. He looked ready. And he said to me he was in the shape of his life. So he's had a few more weeks to get ready. Hopefully there's no lasting effects from the COVID, and we get a cracking fight.
What did you do after, obviously, that fight got cancelled? Did you kind of take a break for a little while, let your body rest, and then go back? Because obviously you had a number of weeks of training to make the weight, and then all of a sudden you got to break that. What does a fighter do?
For me personally, I just tried to go about my business like I would have. So I was in France. I'm still running, but I didn't punch for a good week, I'd say, which I think it's written. It's what it was meant to be. So where I'd have punched sooner than that I don't know. For me personally, I just listened to my body on it all, and I don't think it done me the world of. I think it done me the world of good to have that little break. It was a forced break. It's a break I wouldn't have took. So I just kept up with my running as usual, which I do anyway, and I didn't go to the gym till the following Monday from that fight. I don't think so. It was a good 10 days, and good week, 10 days, and that's what I done. Would I advise it? I don't know. I got told I might be fighting in October, so I was buzzing. I thought I'll do what I'm going to do. My weight's brilliant. That was probably the most annoying thing. In all my 35 career, I've never woke up on the day of the weigh-in so close to the weight. I was 2 ounces over. Lee Eaton was there. He seen it, so that was a bit frustrating. But these things happen, and it's easy when everything's going good to say, look, and be happy and do things. Your character and your life is defined by when things are going wrong. How do you react to it then? So hopefully that'll be a testament to this in my career, in this fight, in my life, that my perseverance is going to pay off.
9-10 days away now, not far away from that December 2nd date. So are you like excited and positive, or are you like, oh, this fight's already been called off 2-3 times already for different reasons? What's kind of going?
I'm beyond excited. I can't wait no more, you know. I want to enjoy Christmas, and the only way to enjoy Christmas is to have this fight. Do you know? I clearly see. I have a vision. I have a mission. I tell everyone this. I don't dream no more. Dream is when your eyes are closed. So my eyes are wide open. I know what I can see. It's just a case of just waiting a little bit longer. I mean, 9 days. It's ages, and it's not. It's compared to what it's been. We're looking at 9 months since I last fought and he last fought. We're looking at nearly 9 months, I believe. So it's insane. It's been an insane year, an insane roller coaster. But yeah, I am excited. My only stress, my only worry is exactly the same as last time. A stupid COVID test. So of my hands instead of his hands. He had the COVID, right? He would have passed any medical on the planet other than the COVID test. He'd have passed every one. He didn't even know he had it. He's one of them asymptomatic people. So everything that's in my hands, I'm excited about. Everything out of my hands, yes, there's a stress and a worry and a hope. And people constantly say to me, oh, good luck. And I said, no, please, just no bad luck. That's all I said last fight, and it's exactly the same this fight, because that was bad luck. That was it. I can make my own good luck.
Of course, yeah. We've seen MTK put on a couple of shows now. We saw the Golden Contract Super Lightweight, which O'Hara Davis won. We've seen Eddie Hearn do his fight camp and bubble, and now at Wembley Arena. We've seen Frank Warren do stuff at BCC games. You've kind of get the vibe from the TV without the fans. And I know I mentioned this last time, but is that going to make it a different fight?
It could well do. It could well do. It's got a far more sparring atmosphere feel from what I've seen. But the work's the work. You're going to do the work. You're going to do what you practice to do. I'm sure he'll try and do what he's practiced to do. I'm going to definitely do what I'm practiced to do. And we practice in that environment, really. I mean, my last spar yesterday was in that exact environment. No one's really paying too much. There's not too much voices, and it'd be different and weird, but most of us boxers practice in that environment. So I've never done it. I'll be able to tell you more after it. But the feel I'm getting is we're just going to get to work. I think the fans have been robbed. I talked to one of my friends recently. He come all the way to Denmark, and I said, I just wished he'd have said, look, there's 20, 30 tickets for the select few. And I'd have rung all them people who come to Denmark and said, look, let's go. That's what I'd like, because they deserve that. They've followed my journey from around the world, really. I've even fought in Tenerife. I've got a friend who's come to Tenerife, Denmark. I've been everywhere. And our fans are special. And it's such a shame that, and I'm pretty sure Jazz is the same with his fans. I was at York Hall. He had a good 50 there. We had obviously a good couple hundred there. That would have been something special at York Hall, wouldn't it? I think that venue deserved that fight. And that's the only probably downside to this whole situation. But I'm just grateful and happy to be fighting, because this is, well, like we said on the WhatsApp, this is take 2 or 3 or 4 now. So let's just get this fight, you know. 2020, I'll be one of the lucky ones. If I can say I fought twice in 2020, there's not many more who can say they fought more. So, yeah, my excitement is just to get the job done and enjoy Christmas. Because I love Christmas. It's a great time.
Are you even contemplating, are you even looking beyond Ryan and looking at, Jazza, and looking at what potentially lies ahead with this contract that you can achieve, financial packages and huge big fights potentially in 2021? Is that even going?
No, not at all. I've never fell foul to that, because I'm into boxing, I understand boxing, and there is obvious lines and potential of things that could happen. If I took my eye off him for 1 second, I'd be disrespecting him now. I was told recently, up to a month ago, he's calling out Josh Warrington. Now, I find that hard to believe that Jazza would be worrying about other fighters when he's got me to fight. So if that is true, more fool him. Don't believe he'd do that, but who knows? Me personally, I've had one man on my mind for 9 months. Day after I beat McCulloch in the last semi-final fight, he was on my mind for so many weeks, and then we end up in the lockdown. And I remember thinking, it'll give me a break from thinking about the man. And now I'm back there again. I've been back there now for, 5-6 months. I'd just be happy to not be thinking about this man anymore. I'm from December the 2nd, somewhere around 10, 11 o'clock at night. That'll be it. No more thinking about Jazza. He's a good guy, but come on. This is what boxing does to us. We have an opponent. We want to get there, and I'm watching him every night, and I only have 10, 15 minutes, and I do like to study my opponents. I do like to look for their tendencies and things, but the history of this for me, I've had it before where I've watched a guy, and I swear I watched him for 10 hours straight overall. That's 10 hours. That's a long time. Someone try and do 10 hours. I mean, and when I got to fight him, he done nothing what I'd watched. It was weird. But on this one, I'm watching it with a different eye. I'm watching it just to see what things work, what don't, what's he good at. I'm trying not to do what I do. That was my first ever title fight. I feel like I'm back there again, watching him so much. And then you watch, he'll come out and box totally not what I expect. I do think Jazza's got a little bit more to his game than the last 2 fights he's fought. If he fights like that against me, well then, we'll see, won't we?
Okay, Ryan, thank you so much for giving me a few moments of your time. Like I said, 9-10 days away now, and let's hope the fight will happen. It's a great card as well. A lot of young talent on the undercard. Wish you all the best in the last kind of week and a bit in preparation, and I'm sure we'll be catching up with you in Wakefield. Lovely Wakefield.
Can't wait, and thank you for having me as usual. I'm touching wood, I'm crossing my fingers and everything out of my hands. I hope that we get no bad luck, so I'm hoping Jazza's all COVID-free now. Like I say, it's out of my hands, isn't it? That's another thing, you know, you were going back with when we started this, about the COVID and that. I was talking to my aunt or MTK, I'm the management, and he's like, what people don't realise with boxers is they don't fight, they don't eat. I don't fight, I can't be Father Christmas, so I need to fight, Jazza needs to fight, we all want to be Father Christmas. Now, I don't know if people know this, but I'm one of Father Christmas helpers, you know? Yeah, I don't wear the suit, I don't have to get fat and jolly, but I'm one of his helpers, so I need to box so I can be Father Christmas helper. If not, there's not going to be no Christmas tree in my house this year, so I want a Christmas tree. I can't wait.
No, without doubt, you will definitely be able to do and hit your...
Got the beard for it.
Just not white yet.
No, I'm not wise enough. I'm not old enough. Yeah, it'll take a long time for me to get a white beard. I'm too thick. Too young and dumb. You got to get old and wise first.
Ryan Walsh, IFL TV, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Raz. Take care, my friend.
Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free impartial advice on all your debt.